around him. Same type of abilities, though. But when he got to the pros, some more guy came and told him, I heard the story. You know, we hear it when you go down there. He said, man, get a little cocaine. That'll help you wait and get back to the game so you won't hurt so much. But it took over his life. See, that's what we Isaiah 24. Woe to them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength to mingle strong drink. In the world, I have told y'all, one guy said, man, how you going to be this super athlete you want to be and you don't smoke pot? I said, man, you better get out of my face. I don't need to smoke cigarettes. I ain't have sense enough to know who was doing that. Now I do. It was God. I could have succumbed to the peer pressure, but man, get out of my face. It was never around me, and I ain't going to put up with that nonsense. But now I can't say it was me. I thank God right now. Because who will be liking me? What you gonna like it under me? What? What can you do that will surpass what I've already done? So now what then saith the Holy One? Remember I told you it's a distinct difference. This is the all-encompassing statement of the Godhead. Remember I said over there, and the word says that you shall receive an unction from the Holy One, and you will know all things. So this is what he's trying to tell you. I will give you the strength of knowledge, strength of understanding, the strength of endurance. I'll give you the strength of whatever you need to be a good wife, a good husband, to find you a job, whatever. That strength will have to come from me, because you can get any job you want to, but if you do not have what? The knowledge, the experience. And the world would tell you, well, you see, you don't have a PhD, so what you trying to get that job for? And if you listen to them, you won't even apply. But yet if you listen to God and you walk up in that door, next thing you know, God just opened the whole door for you. See, you know, I'm just being honest. I've seen it happen. Now listen, look at the 26th verse. Lift up your eyes on high. Now that's a very important statement, because even in the church, I'm going to stop there on the 26th. It says lift up your eyes on high. But too many times, if you don't watch it, and if I don't watch it, we'll do this. So go with me to Isaiah 30. You'll see how God directed me there. Isaiah 30, we're going to read 2, 3, and 15. Because if you understand, there will always be something out there will tell you you need to go back to Egypt to fix this. Are you listening? Now listen, now look. Because he told you to lift up your eyes on high, that walked to go down into Egypt. Are you seeing it? Because if you don't, Egypt will get your nose open again. And have not asked at my mouth. You going there, but you didn't ask that. Now there will be some times that Daddy will send you back in there. But he said, but if you're going back to where you used to be, you better make sure you didn't ask me if you can go. Because you're going to have a problem with fighting that battle that I brought you out of. I have to give you the strength to walk back in there where you can see all the dudes doing whatever they used to do, and you did too, but it will not tempt you anymore. Are you listening to what he's saying? It says, lift up your eyes on high. Those that to go down to Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to what? To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. Do not think that doesn't happen. I've been to too many meetings where I've heard preachers talking about they want political power and strive to get it. Get all mingled up in that mess. When God said, pray for them that have rule over you. Didn't he say, I'm the one, because all power belongs to me. All government belongs to me. You can't change anything, because I told you, you're supposed to have read my word. Romans 13 tell you who it is, where our government comes from, and what the police are. They're ministers just like you are. So if I'm going to always have me somebody down in there that's going to do what's right. So now your job is to do what I tell you to do. And while you're doing, just like we read over about old John, he had to have those instructions. Too many times, because we let the world's mentality and we want to operate under the strength of Pharaoh or the etymology of that, the world system, when God said women dress in modest apparel, men too, and the things we should do in order to be elevated, he said, because I'm the one to get promotion. But now the world has a complete idea how you're supposed to be promoted. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Sometimes folks add to it, sometimes but if you do it like God said and understand Psalm 75, you don't have a problem. Okay? And to what? Trust in the shadow of Egypt. It's an exclamation mark. Understand that. Remember, the world up there, they get high. That'll get you over. Take some supplements. Build your body up. Human growth hormone. All of that stuff that the world try to use to build up strength. But wonder what, there's a little fella, our babes and suckling, that stood before a great big old giant and said, now boy, you got the great big old spear, you got the great big old helmet, you're growling like you're going to cut my head off, you're going to do all that barking at me, you coming in the nonsense of the world, but I come in the name of the Lord. Have mercy, Jesus. You see the difference? That's a different kind of strength. That strength doesn't mean anything to God. I made it. I can blow that away anytime. I can even use you as an instrument. But now, you got to keep your eyes up. You can't, there's a comparative analysis of Saul tried to give him his armor, everything he might need to do on the, see, the world is kind of crazy. They're supposed to have rules of war. Did y'all know that? Rules of war. You're supposed to have a rule as to how you're supposed to kill somebody. And if you're, especially in the British area, you're not, I mean, they have sent men to slaughter over dumb stuff, okay? Knowing that once they tell them men to come out that trench, and under the strength of their orders, they'll be cut to pieces. But they go anyway, okay? You can't fight a battle in your own strength. Even though that some of the greatest war tacticians in the world, he may have said more profane words than anybody. But when you read the book of Patton, every time before he went into battle and before he did his battle plan, he prayed for 7 or 8 hours. Do your study on it. Okay? Now there's a time for war, but you fight under what? The auspices of God. Doesn't matter how big the enemy is. God gives strength. So it doesn't matter. He said, if I'm for you, come on, church, read it back to me. More than the whole world against you. Are you being? He gives strength. But now, let's keep reading it. Themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. Third verse. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh, listen now and underline, be your shame. What did it say the strength of the world will be what? Your shame. How many folks don't get the help they need? Why? Because they're ashamed. It really is. It's true. They are ashamed. I should have known better. That's what they tell themselves, and then the enemy says, you're right. And you get buried deeper and deeper, and you start going into a shell till you never even leave the house where you can get some help. But even then, if you're one of God's elect, he's going to come, he said, leave